Wow. Wow. People, niggas are really defending Kanye West out here. Okay. So Hassan Cambell. Listen, I have nothing against the brother. And before I get into this whole thing, let me put it out there right now, okay? Fuck African Bambaataa. I don't give a shit about the dude. I never gave a shit about the dude. I thought dude was overrated from day one. I like 80s hip hop, and I'm born in 1992. I'm turning 26 in a few days, believe it or not. But I actually like some of the 80s hip hop, believe it or not. One of the young guys who like 80s hip hop. But African Bambaataa, I never gave a fuck about. Never ever gave a fuck about dude from day one. KRS-One was a complete moron for defending him, and KRS-One, he's in my top 10. I respect when he's contributed to the game, but defending KRS-One, sorry, KRS, but you were a total idiot for that. You really were. He's a pedophile, African Bambaataa. He deserves to die. He deserves to be in prison. He deserves to be shot in the head. I don't give a fuck what happens to him. But back to the whole point. Okay, so you say Kanye was right. We chose to be slaves. It was over 400 years. Okay, so Hassan, let's go by your logic here. I'm not trying to make fun of you, but you're going to defend this nonsense? Okay. So it was over 400 years. We didn't fight back. We're cowards. Okay. So you got duped in the ass by African Bambaataa at 12. And look, I don't know, man. I don't know how you were raised. I don't know how your household went. I don't know how your mind worked. I don't know. Because, hey, man, I've done my fair share of criticizing single mothers. I take back nothing I say. And, just who knows? But if you're going to say slaves chose to be slaves and black men are cowards, then with your logic, you chose to get duped in the ass by African Bambaataa. And it's like, I kind of hate to defend, what's that big dark skinned dude who was a security guard who has some words against you? I forget his name, to be honest with you, but I hate to say it, but from what you say, you prove dude's point. Because I'm just saying, like, I'm not saying I was the toughest kid in the world, but I was pretty strong, and there was no way a dude's fucking me in my ass. The only way that would work, he'd have to beat me into a pulp, like beat me to a bloody pulp and take it. That's the only way it could happen. He'd have to beat me to a pulp. No way is a man gonna say, "Hey, I'll give you all of this if you just pull your pants down." Okay. And again, don't get me wrong. Bambaataa's a piece of crap for fucking a 12-year-old. But still, nigga, at the same time, if you're gonna say slavery was a choice, then you sure as hell chose to get duped in the ass by African Bambaataa. Did I watch the whole video? No, I couldn't stand that whole croonery. Like I barely made it past. I didn't even think I made it past a minute. Like I made it up to the point where y'all watch y'all women get raped and stuff. Y'all let the rape y'all women. Okay. And how come it was only Harriet Tubman and a few others who did the whatever you said, like the running away and whatever? Okay, so with that logic, why didn't you do anything to African Bambaataa? You talk about you're a killer. You talk about you're a fighter. Why didn't you square up with African Bambaataa? Get some revenge. Why didn't you put a bullet in his head? Why didn't you slit his throat? You sit there and talk about how, oh, blacks are cowards for not fighting back. Okay, did you fight back with African Bambaataa? Did you do him anything? You talked about going to jail. That shouldn't have been a problem to you. You talked about going to jail. You talk about you're a killer. You talk about you're a fighter. You tell people, oh, I'll fight you, this and that. I'll fight you. I fight you. Okay, why didn't you fight African Bambaataa? Did you knock him out? Did you fight him? Did you do him something? What did you do him? I mean, hey, if I'm missing something here, I don't mind to come back and say I was wrong for that, but I was sub to you for a long time. I just had to unsub because of that coonery and buck dancing you're doing, but I don't recall you saying you did African Bambaataa anything. So Hassan, you can't be sitting around talking about black men are cowards, this and that. What did you do to African Bambaataa? What did you do? And you talk about what's that word? Stockholm syndrome. If I'm saying it wrong, my apologies. I just didn't know anyone who went through that, so that word's still fairly new and fresh to me. As a matter of fact, you're the one who taught me that word a couple months ago because it didn't. It's just never happened to people within my surrounding personally. But you talk about, Stockholm syndrome, Stockholm syndrome. Nigga, you said you were getting fucked by Bambaataa for how many years? For how many years? It can at least stop when you're 18. And I need to bring up again. You keep saying I'm a killer, I'm a fighter, I'll beat niggas up, this and that. Okay, what did you do any of that to African Bambaataa? Did you do that to any people who defended African Bambaataa? Sure, okay, I watched you talk about to Sarnetta, what nigga, let's go, nigga. I think it was Sarnetta. And I thought that was pretty funny. But did you do that with KRS-One? Did you do that with African Bambaataa? Did you? Just saying. So my whole point is, Hassan Cambell, if you're going to talk about black men were cowards for not doing this and that back to slave owners and how we just lay down, you need to take a look at yourself in the mirror and realize African Bambaataa still alive. Before you had kids, why didn't you do anything? Because I know what you're gonna say. I have kids, I don't want to, and whatever. I get that, but why didn't you do it before? Why didn't you set an example of I did something about it and what? Why didn't you do that? But you didn't. So if you're gonna walk around here talk about how black men are cowards, we don't protect nobody. Okay, so then why didn't you go do African Bambaataa something? Was he really that hard to get to? I mean, he was duking you in the ass, so you couldn't catch him slipping right there. So all I'm saying is, miss me with all that cooning and buck dancing, saying, "Oh, y'all are cowards not doing something," when you didn't do nothing to African Bambaataa yourself. You talk about you're a killer, okay? You should have done something to him a long time ago. I'm just saying, you're on the internet talking about, I'm a killer, I'm a fighter, I'm a fighter. Okay, then you should have done something to Bambaataa or do it already. Not much more to say about defending all this nonsense. If you're gonna say, and I need to say this again because the amount of coonery I'm seeing on YouTube, social media, people I now used to be subscribed to, and people I even know, seeing all this cooning, I need to bring this up. So, yeah, man, don't be a hypocrite. That's all I gotta say to you. No hard feelings. I have nothing against you. I just think your opinion is really dumb. But if you're gonna call black men cowards, then do something to the man who did you something yourself.